What's going on, guys? Agent Psycho here. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, you've probably realised, very unusual angle, which you've only seen very rarely because, well, mainly I'm like just stuffed in a little small corner up here. But I'm down here in full view for once. So here. I don't know, here's my face. So, mainly why I'm in this view, you're probably asking, like, why have you done that? Well, I'm not really talking too much about the game, or leaks, or news per se. It's more of a theory thing, and I'd rather it be more kind of, I don't know, talk me to you, to everyone, really. So, I don't know. My channel, shush. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So I'm gonna do this video in sections, and I should probably get on to the topic of today's video. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about what could be BoxCritters's official merch in the future. What could we expect to see? And do we have any examples of potential merchandise which could at some point become official? So, without further ado, as I've already said once and we didn't get into it, let's get right into it. Okie dokie, so in number one, we're going to be talking about toys. Now, I know toys, the topic of just toys is very vague. Toys is a lot of things. Even this little foam cube, which is a bunch of puzzle pieces, is classed as a toy. And obviously, this isn't BoxCritters's. Although, that would be pretty cool. You know what? I'll keep that as an idea to get onto. But, we're going to be talking about more or less figurine toys. Yes, like plastic figurine toys. And I think this is very much possible. We saw them with Club Penguin figurines, of course. Sadly, I've never owned one, but I do have an Antarctic pack there, which I can't reach because my arms are too small. And yeah, I cannot be bothered to edit that out. So, we had basically figurines with like igloo sets. So, I reckon for BoxCritters's we'll definitely get these toys, which are about 10 centimeters tall, roughly, which is 4 inches, I believe. And what these toys could offer, like maybe it's just a bland, naked hamster, and that could just be what it is, or different critters, of course, because as we know, more critters at some point are going to be added to the game. But maybe for now, the hamster, we'll use an example, we could put clothing items on this critter. Maybe on this figurine they have like, you know, like the little holes, and they have like a little stud, and you can click them into the holes. So maybe you can have like attachable items in that sense, and that would be super useful if in like the top of the head there's a little headpiece, and you can put a fedora on, or where the eyes are, there might be a stud, and you could put like the glasses which I wear in game with the big bushy eyebrows and the big nose with the mustache, stuff like that, you know. And what could they potentially look like? Well, I've spoke about this exact thing in one of my videos. I think it was one of the Criticon videos, because I was very excited about one of my critter models, which I modelled. Of course, it's mine. I got it 3D printed, and I never actually shown it on the channel. I just said on that day I was going to pick it up, so I guess now it's a perfect time to show it. So, here is a critter model. Now, this is a very low quality model. It's not very high resolution. As you can see, you can still see all the shapes. It would definitely be a lot smoother than this. But as you can see, it's got your thing. You've got your smile, you've got your belly, you got your stump. I kind of messed up the printing here. When I was speaking to the guy, he said that in Blender, I didn't fully flat the surface, so in the middle, as you can see, it was perfectly flat, but at some point around it, I managed to mess it up, and it wasn't as flat. So, there's that. But overall, I'm super happy with this. But yeah, as you can see, this critter right here is 10 centimeters tall, which is as tall as like a deodorant can. Yeah, it's really cool. You've got your nose, you've got your eyes, you've got your eyebrows. I could have done the eyebrows a little bit better, as they can very easily snap off, as they have barely not really got much support. So it would have been better if I just extruded them backwards into the actual model itself. So another thing, but you learn from mistakes, which is a good thing. So if I ever want to redo it in the future, there's definitely things I know which I need to fix, such as flattening this and this. So yeah, I think having this would be super cool. And an idea which I had quite a while back is if we had like these critter casings, right? And in these critter casings, it would be different coloured, no, not different coloured, different critters. So, you know, raccoon, monkey, etc., etc. Each season you go, and you're probably wondering, what on earth are you on about seasons? Well, seasons in terms of, you know, like blind bags, right? You always have these crappy toy brands you get, you know. Find the golden unicorn in the blind bag. 2.5% chance finding it. Yeah, those ones. Imagine this, right? This is the casing. You saw this in half. There's like a little inset inside, right? A little rim. You open this up, like, right? And then there's a little blind bag inside. And maybe these blind bags, you would have items in them. So you could try and collect, like, the blue toque, which, of course, is the rarest item in game. So that could be really high rarity, if you get what I mean. And also, talking about the little thing in the head, look, imagine if there was a little hole here, right? And you could just click the fedora in. Imagine how nice that would be. So this could be a figurine, it could be like a casing, and in general, you could like get, I don't know, a golden blue toque as a limited edition, or the rarest in general. So you can find the rarest, which is blue token. You can find the limited edition of the rarest, which seem more harder to find, which is the golden blue token. And then, of course, as the season moves on, there would be season 2, and maybe instead of items, you could collect NPC characters. So down the line, more NPCs will probably be added, or such as the monsters. So you could collect the spider, like a little version of the spider, the Baron, the ice minions, the policeman, the grandma, you know, and then also the scarecrow, which never got released for Halloween, which was supposed to. You see how much NPCs which are actually currently in game and we don't even realize. So yeah, that's a really cool idea. And I mean, you have like one of this, maybe one of a raccoon. That's actually really interesting. I should probably try model a raccoon. Oh, I might do that in my free time. I might try model a different critter, because like you always see in art and stuff, people always draw the hamster critter, but you never see much drawings of like you know, like the beaver, the unicorn, stuff. Like the only person I've actually seen dive into different kind of critters is Tapiton and Machuga. So Tapiton's done the walrus one, she did the hyper hippo one, and I think she did a panda one as well, which was one of them early ones when she joined the community. And then Machuga did the beaver, I think it was, yeah. So it'd be really cool. I think he also worked on a Yoshi one, which I tuned in for a little bit. He was live streaming on the Critter Circle. So shout out to you, Chugga and Tapiton. But yeah, that's enough about the 3D stuff. Sorry, about talking too much about it, but I just absolutely love 3D, as most of you might know. And since I actually have kind of a reference here which has so much possibilities. Yeah, I just my favorite part. I think would be really cool, and leave down in the comments below if you have any ideas for what something like this could be used for. So yeah, this is about I don't know if I mentioned already, but 10 centimeters tall, which is pretty big. That's 4 inches, I believe. It fits right in your hand, as you can see. And yeah, I don't really know what else I could use as reference. There's a deodorant can on the other side of the room, but there's a glass here. So glass. Let me just put down the microphone. Hold on. You can see there. Pretty big. Pretty big. So yeah. That is the 3D critter. So yeah, leave down below any ideas you got. Maybe even got a different idea. I would generally love to see them. I would like. This is a discussion video, really, so I can listen to your guys' opinions and we can both together talk about this, because I love this subject. Anyway, moving on to the next section. And in number 2, we're going to be talking about plushes. Now, animal plushes are a very large thing in the industry, such as Tsum Tsums, them little, I can't remember what they're called, they're like these little, like, little teddy bears, different colours, and they've got, like, Care Bears. They kind of look like Care Bears. They got, like, a heart on them. They're, like, from the 80s, which they still exist, which is crazy to think about. But, yeah, basically, animal plushes are a huge thing in merchandise. People love to collect teddy bears of cute stuff, and the critter, as you can see how it's portrayed in art, it's not quite drawn as how it is in game. It's drawn a lot more cuter. So in plush form, it's going to be a lot cuter because it's an animal. Animal plushes are designed to be cute. Else, otherwise, not. It just would not do good, like market-wise. Because I mean, no one just wants to buy an animal; they want something which looks cute. And that's a main reason why, as I said earlier, like Tsum Tsum did so well before it was discontinued, because these were owned by Disney, so they were allowed to become a lot of Disney characters which are designed off the concept of being cute. Their purpose is to be cute. So if you make an animal based on a character which you love, cute. So yeah, that's a very good example of it. And yeah, I think the critter being a plush would do massive, because people just love to clone. Like, for example, Baby Yoda. That as a plush, people loved it. The internet went crazy over Baby Yoda because Baby Yoda looked cute. If it didn't look cute, no. If it was like, oh no, Darth Maul, right? Not as much people would have bought a Darth Maul plush compared to Baby Yoda plush. Why? It's because Baby Yoda looks cuter. It's just, I don't know. People just prefer to have something cute, which, to be honest, I can't really blame them. I'd much rather have a Baby Yoda plush which looks cute than, I don't know, a big nose with a snot coming out of it. You get what I mean. But anyway, getting on to the main point here. That basically, Mr. Chili, or Ryan Connolly, as some other people might know him, posted a image, and I want to do a disclaimer right now, because I asked him for permission if I was allowed to use this image. This is not an official product. By no means is this official. Will it ever be official? I don't know. I'm not the official team. Who do you think I am? But yeah, basically, this is not real, so please do not go elsewhere and, you know, say it's real, because it's not. Don't be misunderstood. But this image right here is what he posted in the Critter Circle, and he had this customly made, and it is what else she's talking about, a cute hamster plush. Like, imagine this as a beaver. Like, that'd be so cool if like artists could do some concept art and turn that into a beaver, turn it into a raccoon, turn it into a unicorn. Imagine the endless possibilities you can get with this. Like, I would go mad crazy collecting all of these. If I like had the chance, I would easily just buy the whole like every single one. Which I mean, shipping might be a bit of an issue, but hey, that will be my goal. But yeah, as you can see from here, he's got the little flaps, so that's supposed to be the floating hands, which are being added. You can see he has the little hair, and he also, yeah, pretty much everything is cute. The smile, the eyes, nice big and wide, the ears, the nice little flappy hands. It's designed to be cute, and it does it perfectly. So I think if this was to be a real product, it would do really well in terms of sales, because I mean the community's still growing. There's a lot of people who, like, in general, like cute stuff. There you go. So I think a plush route for merchandise is very much possible, and I think even the team themselves would love it, because they've made Games, who do some crossovers with BoxCrittersNews. They made huggable plushes, and you've seen the twins play around with the huggable plushes, and they have one at the Hyper Hippo Studios where the head comes off and all the rainbow stuff comes outside. So plushes have been made for previous games. Why not? You know? But yeah. Moving on from plushes and on to part 3. Now, number 3. I feel like this is a good one to talk about. T-shirts and clothing in general. Now, we've already had some fan merch from BoxCrittersNews Live. I think BoxCrittersNews Live is actually the only ever YouTube channel to actually own merch. And I'll pop up some images here of BoxCrittersNews Live merch, just so you can see what potential merch will look like. And some of these old ones were actually done by Mr. Chili himself before he was on the team. So there's, you know, since it's actually from someone who eventually became an official BoxCrittersNews artist for the game, you can see what art could possibly look like if t-shirts will come out. And I think t-shirts are definitely going to come out. Like, that's a definite. Clothing's definitely going to come out because people love merchandise, and you're going to have merchandise. Clothing's just a big one, and it's something you can wear, you know, like backpacks. Backpacks are a huge one. Kids who are going into school, they can have a BoxCrittersNews backpack. This could have like critter faces all over it, items all over it. You know, there's backpacks, there's t-shirts, there's bucket hats. The like limits are just so many opportunities. And like, I think BoxCrittersNews Live again, they made this mask which had the critter mouth on it. There's so many things you can just make with it. So I think clothing is one we can definitely expect. And again, leave down in the comments below, what do you think would be like plushes, and what do you think would be t-shirt designs? What do you think would be good t-shirt designs for BoxCrittersNews official merch? And definitely leave them below. And while you do that, just copy and paste that, and then slap that over into the official BoxCrittersNews ideas section, because I know for a fact that the team definitely do read it when they have the chance. So your idea might be noted somewhere without you knowing, and might eventually come. So I do definitely encourage that. But yeah, moving on to part 4. Now, another like slightly more interesting one, which is slightly more smaller. Now, a big thing about Club Penguin was postcards and collecting pins, which of course in Club Penguin you could collect stamps, and stamps were basically pins in a way, so that made it a lot easier. And hey, maybe in BoxCrittersNews at some point we will have some sort of pin / stamp book. Probably not a stamp book, but we might for nostalgia's sake. But hey, I don't know. I'm just some guy who's waffling. So the point is that I think maybe at some point postcards will be made. I haven't heard anything about postcards actually being made, but I can imagine they will because they are a huge part of CP. And maybe if you like emailed if you emailed or sent a letter to Hyper Hippo or the BoxCritters building, if there is one at some point, because I know there is a BoxCritters HQ, and not this one, but an actual building in real life where I think where the twins actually work. Yeah, and that's why they have like this really cool door. They have like this bookshelf door, which I love. It's like a like the secret bookshelf door goes swinging open. And yeah. Basically, I think if you sent like a letter there or email there at some point, maybe they would respond to you with a postcard or something. I don't know, because I've got some up there. If I get the bag from over here, let me put this down for a minute. I should have an example of a postcard, so we can see a nice example. Okay, we've got a nice Sensei one here. So, as you can see here, a very nice example. So, this is what postcards will mainly look like. You know, you would have art on the front, and you'll have like a little, if we have pets at some point, we'll have that in the corner. Then on the back, it's just blank and says Sensei, the name of the mascot. So, maybe they'll most likely write, oh, thank you for emailing us and thank you for your feedback or something, and here's a little card. So as you can see, it's a big size. These are some big postcards, and it's a very good example of what we can expect. And I know at some point I want to actually draw my own postcard because that'd be really cool. Yeah, I've been wanting to do that for a while, but I'm lazy. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing this soon. I'm going to be drawing my own postcard. And yeah, that's something you can expect. And moving on to pins, I want to talk a little bit more about that. I think pins are a really easy way of merchandise. Like, this is something I forgot to mention in part 1, actually, when I was talking about the 3D models, wherever I put that. Here he is. If you look on the BoxCrittersNews website, see how it's kind of just blank around and at the top? They could add like a shop section, like not the in-game shop, but at the top as like a little tab, you could have the like merch shop. Probably won't call it shop because people might confuse it for thingy, but if they had it called like merch or something, and then you could buy it directly from their website, so they wouldn't have to worry about spending money exporting it to different countries, then that's something they could do. So yeah, you can basically buy directly from their website instead of them having to spend a lot of money shipping into different countries, which would be a lot of money for a game which doesn't exactly earn any money yet. So hopefully down the line they find some way of doing that, wherever that way that would be. So yeah, I definitely think pins would be an easy, quick way to buy. Say if on this merch tab you could buy a bundle of pins, or maybe there's a certain amount of pins which are available each month, so you have to wait till that month, and then there's only a select few. And yeah, but the only problem with that would be there are people who would just buy the same pin again. So don't know, maybe they would have to like put it down to a limit of so you can only buy one. And then maybe if you've already got it registered on that account that you've bought it, then you can't buy that pin again. Even though there'll be some absolute lowlife who makes an alternate account to buy the same thing again. It's like, why? Let some other people get it. But yeah, I feel like that would be a nice, easy, small way, not as expensive method. But yeah, we're going to move on to the last possible idea of merch, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay. Now, personally, I think this is the coolest possible way for merch, okay? So, some of you might be aware, you can still buy this off Amazon, I'm pretty sure, but you can get a kind of paper net of the plaza. Yeah, of the plaza and the town from Club Penguin, and you can actually form it in 3D, so you can connect the joints and stuff, and you have a 3D. So if we had something like this with the port, so you could get like a 3D port made out of paper, and you can like fold the edges, and it becomes all 3D and stuff. That would be awesome, and that would be cool for people who want to do like stop motion stuff. Because at some point, if we do have like these, and if I just get this bag here, I believe, if I can find it, if you have seen these before, the little rocket snails. Now, if we had, for example, and I just dropped it. Okay, sorry about that, but as you can see, if we had these, right, and these are 10 centimeters, as I've already mentioned before. I'm trying to rest this against my chest right now, but and we have this. There's a very big size comparison. So if this was scaled down to the size of the rocket snail toy, it would be perfect for stop motion along with this paper port or forest. I think a forest would be very difficult to do, but that would be awesome because that's a massive room, ridiculously huge, and if you had that 3D, that'd be awesome. But like these long scrollable rooms, like the Snowman Village and the port, would be absolute perfect. The outside environment and overall, it's pretty cool. I think a very popular one would be the tavern because of the wheel, and you can have that spin round as well. And yeah, people do stop motions. Like someone who used to do stop motions and they haven't done one in a long time was Pink Queen, I think her name was. She did these really creative stop motions with like these paper critters, which I absolutely love. Sadly, she stopped doing them now. I think I mentioned to her a while back she started doing it again. She said she's thinking about it. So hey, hopefully she does make a return, and hopefully some other people do some stop motion. And I think if we're looking out for the people who want to be a bit more creative, I think that would be a really good marketing thing, and also in general cool thing to own, and it would really help the people who like animating with stop motion. And my thing's just off. So yeah, imagine a critter at this size, and as you can see, there's a fair amount of detail on this. You can tell, you can see it like the snail shell, the rocket, you can see the rope actually fastening, and yeah, you can see the eyes, of course. I don't think it has a mouth. Oh no, it does have a mouth. See, you can even see a mouth. There you go. I'm just in very dark room right now, so it's very hard to actually see anything. But yeah, imagine that as a thing, and I don't really want to make another part, so I'm going to quickly add on that note. Imagine critters at this size, right? Like different ones, and then you could have like a board game. BoxCrittersNews board game. How yeah. Rocket Snail loves making board games. That's mainly one of the things he does. I believe he owns a board game company. So BoxCrittersNews board game, like, that's your choice, isn't it? It's your choice to either open that board game and play it, or it's the choice to just keep it boxed and keep its value for this. Which, I mean, you could always buy 2. That's personally what I'll probably do. I'll probably aim to get 2, so then I can open 1 and then keep 1 boxed. Because, sadly, if at some point the game does close, then that will go up in value in terms of sentimental value, which I don't even think the word is, and you're probably going to correct me, but it has some value to you memory-wise and also money-wise. If you wish to either sell it or keep it, that's up to you. Personally, I'll keep it, but there you go. So I think that's everything. I think that's everything I've really covered. Anything else we could really have is probably like pencils. You could have like pencils with the logo wrapped around it, like BoxCritters. Which they had that 3D BoxCritters logo yet, which they shown pictures of them working on, but they never released it. It was never actually posted, and we still have a critter with no eyebrows as a logo, which is a bit weird, but hey, it's 2020, we're not judging. This year's already been a shambles as it is. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything in terms of merch. I'm sure there's many more things, but please do leave them in the comments below. I would love to have a conversation with you down in the comments. And obviously, if you leave a comment, we can have our own chat box within that comment, and other people can join in. So it's a multi-conversation and multiple chat boxes. See it that way. I would really love to talk with you guys about it, and definitely leave your suggestions on merch. Leave your ideas on merch, and what do you think about what I've been saying? And do you agree or do you disagree? Or do you partially agree and want to add more to what I was saying? Feel free, that's what the comment section's for. So, this has been me. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I know this video is super long. It's going to take me super long to edit and render. But, hey, anything for you guys. But yeah, you know, it's always been me, Agent Psycho. And as always, agents, have a brilliant day. Have a brilliant night, whatever time zone you're in. And keep an eye out.